All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. All right. Let's make sure that. Okay. Had to take care of that real quick. All right. All right. I'm going to wait for you guys to get on up in here. All right, all right, all right. I know some people may be either I just got done watching service. I got all of 30 minutes before the next service starts, and I have to go and clean up the hallway before my husband gets me, so I can actually enjoy football in peace. So I figured I'm gonna come on here real quick, get this done real quick and easy like. I have all of 30 minutes before 11 o'clock service starts. So I'm doing this in between my own service. I'm going to give y'all a little service myself, you know? So, good morning, everybody. I am Shakia, the professor. The name of my company is Silaholics Anonymous. Normally, I am teaching on all things crafty, teaching you skills. Because we have to use that word crafty, but teaching you guys skills using Silhouette Studio, things like Epson printers, teaching you sublimation, different skills such as making chip bags, labels, invitation stickers, labels, tumblers, mugs, all those different things falls under the umbrella of what I teach via Silhouette Studio. And we have an amazing product line. Wait, I always go the wrong way. Bam. HS Ink, which is honestly speaking, that is our product line where we sell sublimation ink, sublimation paper. The link for that is can be found in the description of this video if you would like to check out our website and everything that we have to offer over on shop.silaholics.com. All right, I was trying to get over there, but it wasn't set up for some reason. Excuse me. There we go. So that is our website, shop.silaholics.anonymous.com. She says, you about to pass out that good word, grabs no. Oh, and you know it, and you know it, and you know it, and they have a good word. They want to, they take up a collection and pass. For me, you don't have to. All you got to do is go to our website, shop.silaholics.anonymous.com. It's the blessing that keeps on blessing because it blesses our business. But what you purchase from us gonna also bless your business because it's the best equipment. I mean, not the, it's the best supplies in the game. So go ahead and visit shop.silaholics.anonymous.com for all of your sublimation and pigment ink needs. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, and I guess like as they say, pay some bills and promote the website. Let's get into this. All right, we're gonna get straight into this message. Go ahead, hit like, hit share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. I am strongly considering doing another YouTube for messages like this. I've kind of toyed with either just making it, PSA, professor service announcements, or the professor speaks for that one, so that it kind of separates from it. But I think y'all, wouldn't mind if it's over here on Facebook. I kind of shared it to some of everywhere. It's on the Silaholics Anonymous Facebook platform. It probably won't stay there, but on my other like Facebook regular pages, they probably will. But on YouTube, it's only on Honestly Speaking because we're about to speak some honest truths. All right. So yesterday I had a message and it was about changing your mindset. And I want to make sure that I kind of like clear some things up. Everything that I say is not, Bible and you have to go by it. It was about changing your mindset. If you are okay with wherever you are in your journey, or as I attend Jesus People Ministry here in the lovely city of Miami Gardens in Florida, and we're not where we're going physically to the church house, so I watch via the internet, and Pastor Rochelle used a word which it kind of lined up with some of the things I want to talk about with order your steps, and she used the word trajectory. So if the trajectory, trajectory of your business, if you're okay with where it's going and in your business name. I know I use the example of, it's not, Nike Craft, Fancy Craft, and things like that. But if your business is successful right now under that umbrella, it's okay. But it is also okay to not be afraid to rebrand. There are major businesses that have rebranded from what a name was before. I mean, the way their logo is. So for some people, even their colors. And it is possible to still keep your core audience because you have the name is one thing. The brand and what you have brought to that, what they expect from you, the level of customer service and the quality of service and the quality of products, that part is still there if you have to change the name. But in thinking about that, it made me think about the message that I wanted to bring today, which was to order your steps. And it can mean a lot of things. Now, me, I am a woman of God. I believe in God. If that's not where you are in life, it's okay. Don't dismiss the message just because I might bring my beliefs and my faith into this, because over here we believe in God, so you're gonna hear his name come up out my mouth all the time, because he really does speak to me, through those around me. My mother-in-law said she had a vision about me speaking in a room full of people. And I was like, okay, I accept that. And then now in my mind, because y'all know I have this desire to really teach in person, but your girl scared of COVID, okay? I mean, you're not supposed to say that stuff, but your girl scared of it. I mean, even with the whole vaccination thing, because you can technically still look here. Don't let the people fool you. So I'm still on edge about certain things, but it is my desire to. So I'm like, okay, well, my mother-in-law is one to where I tell you that woman is a prophetess. Like the Lord speaks to her through her. She knew when I was pregnant with Zion Imani, and it's been some she has revealed. So that has been playing on me, and I'm like, why do I have to wait for a building? My desire is to one day be on this live, and people have shared it so much to where I can see those thousands of people that she said that I would be speaking to. It's gonna come a day. It ain't right now, and every day I'm learning to be okay with where the numbers are when I hit go live. One day it's gonna hit there to where I'm gonna look up at them numbers and I'm going to see 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, because I have a mission. I know what God has imparted me. I know the things that keep me up at night, wanting to help others. So I tossed and turned about some things last night in the message that I kind of, the professor service announcement that was yesterday, and change your mindset. And then just kind of going back, and it was on a couple of different platforms. So there's comments and stuff everywhere. Received a few inboxes, a few emails and things like that. Some people saying, thank you so much. That's what I needed. I needed that word. Like that message was for me. And then there were some that, I had to scratch my head at and be like, okay, obviously you missed the whole message, but it's okay. You'll eventually get it. So I want to, and then now I know, for anyone that sent me a message, do not feel as if anything I'm saying is in direct response to anything that you have written, because I stayed up all night going through stuff. I had so many things going through my mind. I got up until where there were notes and things written down, because I couldn't sleep on the things that were imparted in me as I slept. So it's nothing in direct response to anything that anyone has written, responded, email, inbox, or anything like that. But the message yesterday was to change your mindset. It wasn't about changing your business, your name, changing what you do. But if you were convicted by it and you felt as if you needed to, it made you think about your business name, or it made you think about, what your niche was, who you were targeting, then I served my purpose. You can, in that moment, reject it because I'm human. When people tell me stuff and they give me constructive criticism, sometimes I'm not ready to receive and I have to reflect on it and then make any changes that I need to make. So it wasn't about telling someone that their business name is wrong or what you're doing is wrong. But if you know in everything that you have been doing, and you have this desire to have a business and it ain't quite going, you have those moments of, and you're constantly asking yourself, why I don't have any sales, why, why my website don't have this, then it's probably time to change your mindset and change your trajectory. Why is my tongue tied and I can't say trajectory? There, oh, now I'm screaming, it wants to come out right. Trajectory. If you feel like that's something that you had to do, then that message was for you. But I was not saying that you should not have, if your business has been built around that, that is your name, it is on every business document there is, then hey, that works for you. Don't feel like you have to take everything that I say to heart, because that part of the message may not have been for you, but maybe there was something else in there that did speak to you and it can be for you. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick. And then with reading certain things, it made me think about ordering your steps. There's a certain process to this. I have to do, and I kept going back and forth if I was going to do it today, because I have to set up my mother's Shopify, right? My mother's wanting to start a business and this, that, and the third. It is against my better judgment to do this because I'm not trying to be a dream killer. Like, that's not my goal. And I feel like sometimes she doesn't quite understand that there is a process to this. I understand the desires of her heart, and I'm gonna go ahead because look here, I ain't trying to dang on mess up my blessings when it comes to honor thy mother and thy father. And she wants a little. Now I'm seeing a little. I gotta stop that. It's like I don't think people mean harm when they say that, but she wants her website. She wants to start her business, but hopefully y'all listen to me, because obviously my mother refuses to, because I guess she feel like she the mother, I'm the child, so she refuses to listen to me. But order your steps, right? I ask you this. If there was a doctor, someone, now, okay, no, I'm gonna put it like this. You have a child, even adult, say, okay, they're in high school, I want to be a doctor, all right? You take, like, they're maybe looking in, they're researching, they going to YouTube University, finding out how to do the Heimlich maneuver, how to turn, because you can find all this stuff, survival stuff on YouTube. They desire to be a doctor, right? They want to be a heart surgeon. Just because they have that desire to be a heart surgeon, because somebody told them that heart surgeons and doctors make a whole lot of money. So, hey, this is what I want to be. I'm going to go ahead and start me a practice, and I'm a doctor. Now, they haven't been to any school, ain't got no training, ain't had no practice. You going to let them work on you? If it's a lawyer, I desire to be a lawyer. Oh, I got the gift of gab. I can go and I can convince people. Let me represent you in this civil case, this criminal case. I ain't been to school. I ain't got no training. I'm still in Facebook groups asking people, hey, what's the law on X, Y, and Z? What, excuse me, what's that bone that's called that's in your arm? They in a medical group asking, what's the, I have somebody who I have to work on. I got to repair their arm. They got a broken arm. I got to make sure what's that bone called? So if it was somebody that was in Facebook groups still asking these questions, you going to go to them and let them work on you? You going to let this person represent you? Oh, I'm an electrician. I don't know AC from DC. I don't know the difference between voltage and currents and this, that, and the third. But hey, I have a desire to be an electrician. I'm starting me a business where I'm working on electricity. Let me come fix your electricity. Your whole house gonna be fried if you let that person come up in there. So there are certain steps before you can trust somebody as a doctor, a lawyer, an electrician, even for beauty things, an esthetician, and just to be able to do someone's hair, to do somebody's nails, they got to go to school. They got to get a certification. So why is it that in this craft world, we feel as if we can go and just start a business? We don't know the first thing about the printer we using, the paper we using, the material we using, the program, how to design. You in Facebook groups, hey, I have to do this. I got this big order. Can I do this? Can I, can somebody help me with this? Help me with that? Oh, wait a minute. We finna get a part of this money that you finna make off of this order that you don't know how to do. And we finna give you all the answers. Where my 10%? Where my cut for helping you? It's your business. You don't know how to run your business, but you want to have a business. How are we working out of order? The steps that you want to take to get to that business, how are we working out of order? I have a very successful business now in teaching, in making shirts, and doing a whole lot of things because I put in the work. When I was doing this years and years and years ago, like it's now that my husband sees the benefit of the frustration that I caused him with stuff being everywhere. I'm spending money left and right and not really seeing, like we was having this conversation. He was like, yeah, it's like someone paid for something and you kind of like make money off of it. Okay, yeah, you had like a little bit of money, but then it's like you were staying up all night long. You were doing this and doing that, and you have all this stuff now. And it's like, you really think about it, how much money did you actually make? And during that time, a lot of times I wasn't really charging what I should. And I really, I'm not going, hate is a very strong word, and I'm going to use it right now. I hate, or I cannot stand when people say, oh, know your word, charge this. Oh, you're not charging enough. You don't know where that person is. Just because you are in a position where you can charge, or just because somebody else can charge a higher price, they've put in the work to charge that higher price. You are brand new. You can't. It's going to cost you some money. It is going to, especially in this, because there is no college, there is no certificate, there is no degree that you can get for what a lot of people are doing. Now, you can go and get a degree in graphic design. You can go and get a degree in, in certain things. But for what a lot of us do, that is the problem. There is no order. There is no certain path. It's like jump into this and turn your passion into profit. But you're going to find that you're going to struggle because it's so many things and so many facets to this, to where if your steps are not ordered, you're not doing this in decency and order, you're going to find that you are going to struggle in this so much. So many people teach about business. Oh, get your LLC, get your EIN, get your this, get your that. Now, it comes to a point to where, yes, there are certain things that you're going to have to do. You don't have to have an LLC for certain, like that's a lot of people give out that information when they really shouldn't. I know about certain things like that. People always ask, Shakira, why you don't teach business class and teach people how to get their LLC, their EIN, their business credit? Because that's not my ministry. There's some professionals. A lot of the times I feel like people want to come to influencers and content creators like me because they don't want to pay the powers that be for that information. That's not my job. I did not go to school for that. My steps were not ordered to teach you about business for you. I can give you some advice, but I cannot teach you about that because I did not go to school for that. And the one thing about me is, for things like that, which really can be detrimental if you do it wrong, I'm not going to lead somebody in the wrong way. So a lot of people go and talk and they want it. I hate these glasses because they keep falling off my face, but I'm hoping they will prevent me from getting headaches, but they keep falling off my face because they don't have no little things on it. But anywho, people go and they talk about like business stuff, right? And, you got to have all these things. This is why some people are like, oh, well, I've already built my business and everything has this name on it, but you did not even know the direction of your business, what it is that you really want to do. So I see so many people who start off and they may have something, treats and sweets, whatever. And then I turn around, now they making shirts, they making tumblers, they making rolling trays. So now they just want to add, I'm going to use my own name, Kiki's Sweet Treats and more. Wait, Kiki's Sweets and Treats. And now they're going to add and more to the end because now they've added shirts and this, that, and the third. And because they had no real direction, they're pulling at strings for anything. They had no order in the steps they want to take to build this business. They did not take the time to learn their craft or perfect those skills to say, okay, I want to start a business. There's a very big difference between a hobby that makes you you have a side hustle, a little hobby that makes you some money on the side. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a hobby that makes you some money on the side. Everything doesn't have to become a business, because you can still do it properly. You can still pay your taxes and things. And when you do, do your self-employed tax and stuff like that, because you're getting that money in, there are certain things that you can do. Now, if it's certain things that require certain certificates, like if you're dealing with food and you want to be a caterer, now you need to take the time to go get your serve safe, because things like that can be a liability when you are making food and someone gets sick. Then you may want to have an LLC for that, because if they get sick and they want to sue you, there's liabilities in that. So limited liability. That's where it is. Like, what liability? Like, are there certain liabilities to the business that you're doing? Well, you need to start to think about those things. But for those who are just making shirts and tumblers and things like that, how is it a business when you don't know what you're doing? Why are you not ordering your steps? Why are you not taking the time to learn? People who go to school for graphic design, they'll do little things on the side, but they can't start their advertising firm. They can't start their graphic design business where they're making logos for people and doing this and the third, to where it's an official business until they finish school. They're not going to warrant that type of money until they finish school. As a doctor, they got to go through years and years and years of school, student loans, paying out a whole lot of money to these people's institution to learn what it is they need to learn to be able to go and open up a practice to then make money. But as a crafter, we want instant money. So I want you guys to really think about, why is it that you feel like in what you do in making shirts, it should be instant money? You don't have to take the time and be in a season of learning, of understanding everything that you do before you go out and jump into this and you want to just start a business. Why is it that for every profession, they have to go through school, they have to go through trainings, they have to get a certificate, they have to be certified. Some of them got to go and get a license. To be a teacher, you can't just jump out there and say, all right, hey, in this institution and teaching people's children, I want to teach for schools and things. Like, hey, and what I do, I kind of jumped out there, and I didn't necessarily have to go to school, but I have enough life experiences to where, and enough knowledge, and I do enough research. I know that I could never, and all that I know and all that I teach, I know that if I wanted to go into somebody's institution, I have to have certain certifications. Hell, even to watch children in a daycare, you got to go through certain trainings and certain things for that. So why is it that we don't think about the trainings and things like that we need to do? I've done a lot of trainings, and everything that I've done myself, y'all don't see it, but I've gone through different trainings. I've gone and I've studied certain things. I've gone and I've researched certain things, and I try certain things out before I put it out there. Sometimes I share with y'all. I'll come and say, first, what? I'm in the lab. I don't know how this is going to work out. I'm not selling it to anybody. I'm testing it for myself. I'm going to figure this out. Our paper line, I tested and I tested. I agonized. I cried. I got no sleep. I'm in here with this, testing this, temperature, testing that. Why is this happening? Whatever. So I put in the work before you guys even saw the product. Right now, I'm dealing with an issue with my ink vendor. And it's not, look here, bruh, I don't know who else y'all sell to. But honestly speaking, we don't roll like that. What you gave me in those labels, we don't roll like that. Those will never see the light of day, because that's not what represents my business. When it came to the formula for it, sent me some other book. What's this? This ain't what I ordered. No. That does not represent. This isn't what I researched and all the stuff, the testing I did. Like, this is not working. Every time I get a new batch of ink, I test it to see if it is the same quality, the same output as what I ordered before and what everybody else ordered before. And if it's not going out the door. I have a warehouse full of ink that is not leaving that warehouse because when I tested it, where these colors come from, Harpo? And I have been fighting and fighting and fighting. Am I about to lose a whole lot of money? Yep. In a business, you got to be prepared to lose a whole lot of. Oh, it's making my heart hurt thinking about the amount of money that we're about to lose because that ink will never see the light of day with my label on it because I don't know what the hell they were doing. And then that made for me to where, oh, yeah, I can't have this happen again. If I got to figure out how to actually produce sublimation ink in the way that I need it to be to where it's the same formula every single time, I'm going to have to figure that out because if they go and change what they do, now it's affecting my business. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm speaking from experience. And as far as ordering your steps, doing that and not really having any control over it, and just it's certain steps that I should have done or maybe have taken to make sure that this doesn't happen to where I just had to wait for this shipment to get in here. And now there is a warehouse full and it ain't right. I'm talking to myself too, because I had to learn this lesson. So where now I'm like, okay, maybe my steps need to be ordered to find out exactly like and be a part of this. If I got to have a formula number, a certain this, a certain that, it needs to be this amount of color mixed with this, mixed with that, like to where this cannot happen again. But it's about ordering my steps. It's about ordering yours, that knowing the things that you have to do to get to the next level. We have to, hold on, I'm going to go ahead and refer back to my notes. Before I kind of go off, because I told you I got 3 minutes now because I'm not missing my next church service with Pastor Rochelle. So hold on one second. Y'all gonna end up like, I don't see how pastors do it because it's so much in your spirit that you want to give out. One, I don't understand. Like, I'm not telling you, I could not wait to get up to finish eating my breakfast, doing all this stuff so I can get on live because I was like, it was like she said, it wants to jump off you. The word wants to jump off of you and to share. I don't see how pastors do it because how can you not want to get up and share whatever wisdom and word and whatever message that God has imparted in you? How can you sleep when it's on you? And then it's like when you have so much, like, okay, yep, got to spoon feed them. Y'all got to wait till the next time to get this message. And I'm like, I don't see how they do it. That's a lot of pressure. I don't see how they do it. But anywho, order your steps. There are things within this. I was having a conversation with someone. I think I saw her name on here too. She wrote something, anniversary of something that happened to her. And she's been under me for, a while. She attends my class and stuff. And then I saw something in there and I was just like, man, that's powerful. And I just saw on it, maybe because I just saw when it came off and she was like, 101 session coming real soon, because I told her something. I was like, this right here, this might be the one. So the fact that she's now like, okay, yep, let's figure out what steps we have to take to get there. Right. I have so many people I see. I'm going to use your name, Jamila. She's another one. I appreciate the fact that she knows that she has to order her steps. She come in my class and say, I'm not full on doing this yet. I'm taking these classes. I'm absorbing it. I'm taking my notes and stuff like that so that when I am ready to launch, I have everything lined up. I know what it is. I'm not going to be trying to figure it out on the fly. I'm going to be running a business. It's going to be like clockwork. So I thank her for being on. And look, and she said, amen, professor. Look, I just said her name. Look at her. She right there. So she watching. But she is another one to where it's like, order my steps. I'm ready to order my steps to where I can be as successful as possible. And that is something that we all have to do. It is a wonderful thing to have a desire to want to start a business, to build generational wealth, to kind of, to have your own legacy. I heard, so I don't remember who it is, and I'm like, someone, it was from somebody's, I guess, TikTok, and I'm always watching people's stories, and it was a pastor who was giving a message about last names, that, all these different things. Wrigley's is a last name, a Ford is a last name, Harley Davidson, this, that, and the third. And I really feel that a lot of people, like back in the day, a lot of businesses were built off of family names to build a legacy and for it to, um, for um for it to go on for generations and generations and generations to where it's attached to their last name. And now I don't really see a lot of that. Even for us, I kept saying, I'm like, could I just name my school Pericles? I'm like Lavelle. And I'm like, okay, it does, certain names just really, really work for those, but some don't. But it's still about building a legacy, whatever the name is. If you have it, it's a one here. I follow her. I think she does amazing work. The craft junkie. Her name, she has the word craft in there, but I consistently see great works from her. She's able to post pictures and stuff like that because that means she has orders. She's booked and busy, right? So I'm not saying that you can't have the word craft, but what I also see from her is the fact that she's constantly pumping out work, is that there is some order into what she does. She has figured out a process to make herself successful, to be able, she can handle these orders. If your steps are not ordered in this business and there's no order to what you're doing, when that big order comes, you are not going to have the steps. You're not going to know what it's going to take to do it. So I gave someone a suggestion um, on something that she can probably build a business on. But when we have our one-on-one sessions, it's definitely going to be, okay, you can have your prototype. And okay, you start your first, we either do it with sublimation, you make it with vinyl. But you have to know what it's going to take for you to not have to make each individual shirt and cut all of these. What can we do to scale this up? How can you mass produce it? Either you're going to do press on demand, and then eventually you'll have a company where they will do it for you. In what you do, if you want to build a business, what I want you guys to start thinking about is how businesses operate. If you can name a successful business that is run totally and completely from production to customer service, if it is something that it is a physical product, to order fulfillment, to shipping it out, every facet of this business, if you can name a business where every part of it is run by one person, I don't know what I can give you. I don't know if it's you can attend. I don't know what I can give you at this point. But if you can name one, I'll figure out something to give you. Hey, I'll give you $100. That's all I'm gonna give you. But no business runs like that. Have you, before you talk about LLC and Duns and setting up your EIN and all this stuff, and you now putting yourself in a position to where you go, you do all, you can run and have a hobby. There's a certain amount of money that you can make. Do any of you know that? Have any of you ever researched how much money you can make to where it's basically just self-employment before you do all of this other stuff to legalize your business when you haven't done anything else? You want terms and conditions, and you go and you say, oh, I got a contract. Who helped you with this contract? Did you consult any lawyer? Or you're like, oh, I don't make enough money to consult a lawyer for this. But then you're wondering why people come at you and they say they're going to sue you. They want their refund. That when they go and they reverse the payment with PayPal, you ain't got a leg to stand on because you didn't really have a true contract. There was no terms completely written out in this contract. You did not really make provisions for certain things. You were handling things and talking to people in a certain way, and now you're wondering why they want their money back, and why you got chargebacks on credit cards, why you got chargebacks on PayPal, because you had no order to what you were doing. You didn't want to consult a lawyer about your terms and conditions. You didn't want to consult a tax professional about what you were like, about your taxes and how you file them. I would tell you, I was quite shocked when Shopify told me. I really thought that, hey, all I had to worry about was Florida. With selling online, you will get to a certain point where they will tell you, you have, everybody want to have customers around the country. Shopify will clearly let you know, ma'am, you don't sold to these people in this state, and according to this state, because you getting money from people within their state, they want some of them coins. I was like, wait a minute, homie, wait, I gotta file taxes for who? And I have often wondered why when I go and I order and I'd be like, why are they charging me taxes? They not in Florida. Oh, because certain states require you, once you reach a certain threshold for a number of sales or a certain amount of money that you have gotten from that state. Hey, how you doing? We are the state of Georgia, and we see that you have been doing business in our state, and you don't done damn good in our state. We're gonna need some of that revenue. So now I got to go and then it's like learning. Now I have to learn the tax laws for all these places because luckily, I have a cousin that's in Georgia that has let me know that Georgia taxes is not like Florida taxes, and they don't pay every 3 months or every quarter. Georgia want their money every month. Oh, I'm about ready to cut all y'all off in Georgia. And people in Georgia, y'all can't buy nothing else from my site because I wasn't prepared. So again, this is for me too. I wanted this successful business, but my steps were not ordered because I did not take the time to learn the tax codes for all these different states. And some of them, okay, I can work with it because I can do the quarterly like I do Florida. But baby, when it popped up and said, oh, you've made this amount of money in Georgia and Georgia want their money. And I remember my cousin telling me, Georgia, a sales tax you got to file every month. I'm like, oh my gosh. Luckily though, I have a sister who is an accountant, like my sister-in-law. I was like, oh, look at it. God, you married me into the right family. Because now my other sister works for a law firm. My sister-in-law is she is an accountant. Girl, I ain't prepared to process all these taxes. Girl, how much you want? What can we do to get you on payroll? Because I ain't got time for these taxes. I like teaching classes. I ain't got time for taxes. But Shopify showed up, let me know. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and process this and start collecting tax from these folks in Georgia. Oh, okay. Oh, Georgia. I gotta do Illinois. I gotta do California. I have to do it's some other ones. It's like 5 of them that popped up. And I'm like, yeah. So now I can't operate in that by myself. Even does a certain part of it. Even with that, I can't wait for COVID to go on by this business so we can get some more staff in here because we do great, but it is stressful to live up to our commitment that if you place an order by 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, it goes out the same day. And honey, some days y'all show up and show out. And it's like, okay, we got to go. They got to go out. They got to go out. If we got to run it to the post, like after they've come and picked up everything and we still got, because sometimes they come a little early, we got to go and take them ourselves. But it's like, okay, we know that there are certain things that we cannot do by ourselves. So we're going to have to bring in certain people. I wanted to be able to create my own ebook for Silhouette Studio. I can't do that and still schedule my classes and do this and do that, do my live videos, take care of the back end. I can't do that. There are certain things I want to do with videos. I've come to realize I cannot do that all by myself. So what we doing? Invest in another computer. My cousin, baby, she has a desire to go back to work, but she also wants to, be there for her child. And as someone who is a stay-at-home entrepreneur, I understand that. So I am glad that I am blessed to have a business to where I can help her fulfill her dreams and still, and still be a mom and still make money and take care of her family, but I can provide her a job. I am blessed that I have people that support me so where I can provide job opportunities for others. In your business, are you doing this just for you, where it's just money for you? Or are you trying to build a business to where you can provide opportunities for others? Because you cannot run this business you cannot run a successful, especially with how most of you are doing things to where you are the designer, you are the production line, you got to package it up, you're the fulfillment center, you got to package it up, you the shipping department, you customer service, you this, you that. I'm trying to get down to where I can teach and train somebody. Okay, these are the things. Like if I got to give you just I see now why they have a script when you call certain places, because it is very hard to teach people on the go. But I know I can't, I know some people love it when they call the business line and I pick up, oh my God, I'm talking to the professor. Uh-huh. Don't get used to it, because it's going to be some other folks answering the phones real soon. But yes, right now you are speaking to the professor. How can I help you? Because sometimes y'all go and y'all get on the phone with the professor and y'all forget the questions y'all ask, and y'all want to keep me on for forever and a day, and I got a business to run and I can't keep doing that. So we're going to go ahead and pass y'all off to some customer service folks, because I can't keep answering your calls all day long. But it's certain steps. There's an order of things that I now have to do for my business in order for it to grow and to scale to the level that I want it to be, in order for the vision that God gave my mother-in-law, in order for me to speak in front of thousands of people. I got to come from in front of this webcam and speaking and teaching and prepare myself for that. So what do I have to do? What steps do I have to take? What order do I have to work in to make sure that I'm able to live out that vision? That because God didn't give her that for nothing. There's a reason why. There's a purpose in why he's told her, for her to tell my husband, for him to tell me. Because I probably would have been, I would have, I know me, and I know how I would have processed that. But now in that, it made it to where I'm able to sit down. I'm able to write everything down. I'm ready. I'm able to figure out the order that it needs to go in. What are the steps that I need to do? And in what order do I need to do them to get to this point? And that's what I want you guys to do. Write down the order, right? Write down the steps, write down your vision, and then figure out the order of the steps and which order they need to be done in order for you to be the most successful you. Because you can be successful. You can have a very successful business. And I also I'm not one that likes to sugarcoat. I'm not trying to be a dream killer. But the fact of the matter is, there are businesses, and there are great business people who have businesses that have not been successful. And they've had to go to the drawing board. They've had to let go of that business because certain things were not in order. They did not have certain things in place, and they hit rock bottom. They won a really big high, and then they went bankrupt because of different reasons. You know how much you can learn from the not successful ventures of people. I don't want to call them failures, but there's just that particular one was not that successful, and they had to start over. Do you know how many people who were millionaires are homeless now? If you don't want that to be you, don't try and get it fast. I keep trying to tell my mother that. Learn first. Yeah, you've done a few numbers and things like that, and I know you desire to have a business. But if you got to call me for every step of the way, she'll be like, oh, trust me, I don't want to call you. But if you got to go to Facebook for every step of the way, if you got to go to YouTube for every step of the way, then a business is not where you need to be right now. It is okay to perfect your skill for others. And it's like, okay, maybe have them buy the supplies. If for nothing, you are not losing in someone just buying the supplies that you need for their order. Because what you are gaining now is the experience. You are learning how to do it. And maybe this time you'll struggle. The next time you do it, you'll figure out a more efficient way to do it because you wrote notes down. You saw what did not work when you did it the first time. I keep trying to get my mother to understand that, and she won't. So I beg of y'all to understand that it's okay as you grow to not have it be this, I know, trust me, I know when you got bills, like, man, I got bills, I got this, I need that. I understand that. Trust me, I do. We know what it means to struggle and live paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes not even paycheck to paycheck, to live from payday loan to payday loan, like being very, very honest, like years ago, to have to live like that. I know that. And now we are where we can have a true savings and we have overflow. But it was years of ordering those steps back then, the work, the sacrifice that we put in back then. Some of y'all don't want to have the sacrifice. You just starting. This is your sacrifice season. This is your season of growth, of learning. You got to plant a seed. You got, in order for it to grow. You can't go out there and just expect the harvest. Where this is your sowing season. Sow into yourself. In order to see a return on an investment, you got to invest some time. You got to invest some knowledge and invest the time to learn. You got to put your steps for your business and how you want to grow and how you want to scale. You got to put them in order. And at the top of that, definitely is not, I don't care what anybody say, trying to work on your EIN, your this, your that, because you're going to invest all this money trademarking this. I want to trademark that. And then, for you are not settled in what you really want to do. I don't know which direction I want to go, but I don't invested all this money into doing, because every time, for most of those, when you go and do those, it's going to cost you some money. You don't invested all this money. You still don't know what you really want to do. So now what? Where's going to be the return on this? Because now you've chosen a whole different route. So where's the return on the investment of time and money that you put on all this other stuff, building and developing and all this like other stuff? And now you decide, okay, that wasn't working for me. I wasn't getting enough sales. Now I want to do something else. In order for you to start a business and to go through all those stuff and build all this credit or what business you're going to put it under, you got to have, you have to be solid in what you are doing and what that business is. What is your business plan? I ain't saying it has to be some people got some business plan that's like really, really drawn out. And eventually you're going to have that when you want that business credit, you want those big loans to be able to scale and grow. See, these little stuff they talk about business credit. Oh, that's a whole, I got to go, y'all. I can't miss service because that's a whole nother one. We're going to talk about that when people like the net 30. Your regular credit ain't even good. How you worried about some business credit? You do understand that credit is still credit no matter what. So your business is your baby, but you want to mess it up because you know good darn well you just like that TikTok video where it's like, okay, he's trying to figure out which bills to pay. Okay, now we can pay. You can come on in. But you got bills that you ducking and dodging on your personal side, but you worried about some business credit. So you got all this stuff you put into your business, you're going to mess it up and you're going to mess up your business credit. So you now miraculously going to pay your bills for your business, but you ain't pay your bills for your personal? Come on now. But that's a whole other story for a whole other day. I just want y'all to order your steps and figure out what steps it needs to take and what order they need to be in for you to be the most successful you. And if it starts with learning certain skills, we have some wonderful classes over at academy.silaholicsAnonymous.com that I suggest you go ahead and take a look at and sign up for. We get you right from sublimation, event stuff. You want to, make banners. You want to design. We have a great class. If you still you feel like, okay, right, I feel like I can handle it, Shakia. I'm at a point where I can handle it. I just need a little bit of help. We have this wonderful class called Complement Your Small Business. Maybe you are not at the point to where you want to hire a graphic designer. I want to try and do it myself. I'm not there yet. I want to try and at least do it myself, save myself a little coins. We have this amazing course called Complement Your Small Business, where you can learn how to make your thank you cards, your scratch off cards, your business cards, your watermarks, your IG overlays, and all that via a very free program called Silhouette Studio. So check out academy.silaholicsAnonymous.com. Check out Complement Your Small Business Essentials, the Silhouette Studio, our sublimation seminar, our sublimation boot camp, and coming very soon, there will be the Professor's College of Business Education, where all this little goodness y'all getting right now, don't think y'all gonna get all this for free. I can't help y'all out for free because this is still a business for me. The same way y'all need y'all coins, our family and our business, we need our coins too. I give real world experience, real world help and advice and things you need to think about when it comes to your business. Not all that just fluff. That stuff will come. I will have certain people in place where you can go to when you are ready to pay them folk for their services to set up your LLC and to set up all your tax stuff and to let you know about all the tax laws. Because now I got to go find out about these tax. Y'all, I got to go find out about these tax laws. Oh, who's the account? No, I'm playing. I got my sister. My sister can help me with that, but I don't need help with that part. But man. But what are y'all steps, y'all? Y'all have a good one. I don't miss praise and worship, but this was praise and worship enough. But I'm gonna be there for the word because yeah, it is now 11:20. I guarantee you, I have missed praise and worship over at Jesus People Ministry. Go ahead, if y'all want to feel like y'all at church with me. They on Facebook, they on YouTube. Go ahead and holler at Jesus People Ministry and go listen to Pastor Rochelle. Oh, I call her Dr. Rochelle. That's Dr. G. But oh God, Pastor Rochelle, girl. Go ahead and get that doctor in front of your name too, Pastor Rochelle. But thank y'all so very much for joining me today. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.